Welcome back to another exciting edition of our football predictions. Today we've got a packed lineup of matches, and we'll be breaking down each one with correct score tips, win/draw insights, and smart betting angles to help you stay ahead of the game. Football is never short of surprises, but with the right analysis, looking at form, recent performances, and overall momentum, we can get much closer to predicting how these clashes will unfold. Whether you're here for betting guidance, football analysis, or simply to enjoy the thrill of match previews, you're in the right place. So sit tight, stay focused, and let's dive straight into today's predictions. You won't want to miss what we've got lined up. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Correct score, 2-1. Pick both teams to score yes. This clash promises to be one of the most thrilling encounters of the round. Both sides thrive in attack and rarely shy away from pushing forward, which often results in open, high-intensity games. Liverpool at home are usually dominant, pressing hard and creating plenty of chances. Their ability to turn pressure into goals makes them very difficult to contain on their own ground. Arsenal, however, are also a side that can punish mistakes and are more than capable of finding the back of the net, even against tough opposition. The expectation here is that both teams will score, but Liverpool's relentless attacking power at home gives them the edge. The most likely outcome is a 2-1 victory for Liverpool, combining goals at both ends with a narrow home win. Brighton versus Manchester City. Correct score 0-2. Pick Manchester City win. Brighton are always competitive at home, but coming up against Manchester City is a tough challenge. While Brighton may create a few half chances, their defensive vulnerabilities can be exposed by City's structured and efficient style of play. Manchester City, on the other hand, usually dominate possession and patiently break down opponents. Their consistency in big games makes them heavy favorites here. A controlled performance should see them keep a clean sheet while converting their chances. The most likely outcome is a 2-0 win for Manchester City, combining solid defense with clinical finishing. Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Correct score, 2-1. Pick both teams to score yes. This matchup is shaping up to be a lively contest. Aston Villa at home are usually very strong, playing with intensity and looking to take control early. Their attacking approach often leads to chances and goals, especially in front of their own fans. Crystal Palace, however, are not a side to sit back quietly. They tend to create danger on the counter and can exploit defensive gaps, which makes them a real threat to get on the scoresheet. That said, Aston Villa's home advantage and greater consistency should give them the upper hand. The most likely outcome here is a 2-1 win for Aston Villa, with both teams finding the net in what promises to be an open and competitive clash. Lyon versus Marseille. Correct score, 2-1. Pick both teams to score yes. This is always a fiery fixture in French football, and this meeting promises to deliver plenty of action. Lyon at home tend to play with attacking intent, pushing forward and creating pressure, which usually results in goals. Marseille, meanwhile, are never shy of a fight and often find a way to score in big games, even away from home. Their attacking approach means they should get on the scoresheet, but their defensive record raises questions. With Lyon's strong home advantage and Marseille's tendency to concede, the most likely outcome here is a 2-1 win for Lyon, with both teams getting on the board in what should be a thrilling clash. Dortmund versus Union Berlin. Correct score, 2-0. Pick Dortmund win. Dortmund come into this clash with a strong home record and the ability to dictate games with their attacking intensity. Playing in front of their fans, they usually control possession and create enough chances to break down even organized defenses. Union Berlin, on the other hand, are typically difficult to break down but often struggle to keep up away from home, especially against sides with Dortmund's attacking quality. Their defensive shape may limit the damage, but it will be hard to keep Dortmund quiet for the full 90 minutes. The most likely outcome is a 2-0 win for Dortmund, combining solid defense with efficient attacking play to secure all 3 points. Inter versus Udinese. Correct score, 2-0. Pick Inter win. Inter are one of the strongest home sides in the league, often controlling matches through possession and relentless attacking pressure. Their solid defensive structure also makes it very difficult for visiting teams to create many clear chances. Udinese, meanwhile, usually focus on keeping things tight and trying to frustrate stronger opponents, but their struggles in front of goal make it hard to see them breaking through Inter's defense. Over the course of 90 minutes, the quality gap should become clear. The most likely outcome is a 2-0 win for Inter, with a professional performance that balances attacking efficiency and defensive stability. Lazio versus Verona. Correct score, 2-1. Pick Lazio win. Lazio at home are usually difficult to stop, with their structured attack and ability to control the pace of the game. They tend to create consistent chances, especially against mid-table opponents, and their home support often gives them the extra push needed to secure results. Verona, however, are resilient and can make games competitive with their defensive discipline. They may manage to grab a goal through pressure or a quick break, but maintaining that edge for the full 90 minutes against Lazio will be a challenge. The most likely outcome is a 2-1 win for Lazio, with Verona keeping it close but ultimately falling short to the home side's quality. Rayo Vallecano versus Barcelona. Correct score, 0-2. Pick Barcelona win. Rayo Vallecano are known for their fighting spirit, especially at home, where they often make life difficult for big opponents with their high energy and pressing style. However, their biggest weakness has been consistency in the final third, which limits their ability to punish stronger defenses. Barcelona, on the other hand, have the attacking quality and ball control to dominate possession. Against sides like Rayo, they usually find a way to create clear chances and gradually break down the resistance. Their solid defensive setup should also be enough to prevent Rayo from scoring. The most likely outcome is a 2-0 win for Barcelona, with patience, control, and clinical finishing being the keys to victory. Genoa versus Juventus. Correct score, 0-1. Pick Juventus win or draw. Genoa are usually compact at home, making it difficult for opponents to find space and create many clear-cut chances. Their defensive shape allows them to stay competitive, but going forward they often lack the edge needed to consistently trouble strong defenses. Juventus, meanwhile, thrive in tight matches like this, where patience and discipline are required. They are comfortable grinding out narrow wins, especially away from home, and rarely allow opponents many opportunities to score. Even if the game turns cagey, Juventus have the ability to edge it through a moment of quality. The most likely outcome is a 1-0 win for Juventus, but given Genoa's resilience, the safer option is Juventus win or draw. Torino versus Fiorentina. Correct score, 0-1. Pick Fiorentina win or draw. Torino are typically solid on their home ground, relying on a strong defensive unit and physical play to make matches tight and low-scoring. However, their struggles often come in creating enough attacking chances to turn that control into goals, especially against well-organized teams. Fiorentina, on the other hand, approach these fixtures with composure and patience. Their ability to control possession and press effectively can frustrate Torino, and they have the discipline to see out narrow wins in difficult away games. The most likely outcome is a 1-0 win for Fiorentina, but with Torino's stubborn defense, the safer call remains Fiorentina win or draw. That's all for today's football predictions. We've broken down the key matches, shared correct score tips, and highlighted the safest options to keep you ahead of the game. Remember, football is full of surprises, so enjoy the action and always bet responsibly. If you found these insights useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more daily predictions and betting tips. Stay tuned, good luck with your picks, and let's hope for a winning day.